as I look to the horizon, not a cloud, I've been storming with a scope to call. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done. By the time you see you, you're not surprised.
Let's go back.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, because there was a minor delay. I've been trying to work on some other projects, and I was sent some stuff. I saw something on Twitter, first off. Shouts out the Dragon Killer. And then someone linked me to Kiwi Forums or Kiwi Farms, sorry. But the forums on Kiwi Farms, I should say. And that led into all kinds of extra shit that I just was not expecting. So please, I'm recording all this on like Thursday, I think it is. I'll have a few videos maybe coming out tomorrow. Well, for you, for tomorrow, Friday or Saturday, you're gonna get a couple of videos from me, and I wasn't expecting to see what I saw there. And now it's funny because from a news standpoint, where does ethics kind of come into play with this? All right, I'm just gonna do what I got to do. But I'm just gonna do what I gotta do, I guess. All right, guys. So that's some other shit. So we're here right now with Snort Burnell, one of my favorite people, and DsPgaming saving the pigpen. Hashtag fundraiser. Just in case you guys don't know, Phil is on some bullshit as usual. And besides the Patreon goal, which if you guys have been keeping up with Twitter, you see he's desperately trying to hit this goal before he goes on his little vacation, i.e. with my new girlfriend Snort. But also he's thinking about running a so he's still running Patreon. He's trying to hit the goal desperately, and he's trying to do this fundraiser either at the end of December or the beginning of January, where he's going to end up getting a bunch of money at the end of December anyway for January's goal. But also he's going to try to run a fundraiser to squeeze even more money out to try to save his house. Now, keep in mind, he's been making over the last couple of days some good money, 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 a day, give or take. Okay, you know what I mean. Especially since the big announcement of his girlfriend and all that. And even before that with the whole tax situation. So he's been making some pretty good cash, and some people argue that if he needed the 5,000, he's already there. But of course, with Phil, nothing is as it seems. And the amount is between 5,000 to up to 40,000, which makes no sense whatsoever. And then you have this whole girlfriend situation. We've already reported on that. There will be a follow up to that. That follow up is what's been kind of drawing my attention away, because this is on some next level stuff. And to the person who sent me some of the stuff you sent, I'm not gonna put your name out there because you asked me not to. And you weren't the one who actually did this. You're just directing me to who put this out, to put me out on public. So, we'll address that when we address that. I don't know exactly how to approach that. Actually, no one in this newsroom knows exactly how to address this. And it's not that serious, but we'll get to that when we get to that, I guess. All right, whatever. Anyway, Fundraiser is probably going to be an ass pull. I have a cornucopia of information that will be on screen for you guys. So this is going to be obviously the greatness, which is Snort Burnell, and then it's going to be a GTG radio type segment also. It's going to have a couple songs in there. Hope you guys enjoy it, because it's going to be a lot, to be honest with you. I have a lot of stuff to give you. So there you go. And then I still have the Brightside Viking situation. And then I still have part 2 to the whole taxes situation. I got a lot of things going on. Plus I got real life. But this right here was not expecting. I was not expecting to be sent all this. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG network and productions. Oh boy. All right. Let me try to put on a strong face for this. Here we go.
Sound good?
Yep.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
Yep.
In the next 2 months to raise a lot of funds. I have to. I have to find a means to raise a lot of funds in the months of December and January, or at least mid-January.
Yep.
I have to. If I don't,
the reason why is because he needs all of the money, the back taxes that he owes. He needs it by January 31st. Now, there's a lot of problems with this. Almighty Tevin has pointed this out, as well as a couple other people, in the fact that he should be able to make payments, and he himself doesn't even know the full amount that he owes yet, and whatnot. So he's in this mad dash and this mad scramble to come up with cash, and he doesn't even know how much he really owes yet. On top of that, he's been making pretty good money, like I said, in donations and so on and so forth lately, despite the YouTube nonsense that he's been rambling about. I got a video coming up on that. But he's been making some pretty good cash, so theoretically he has enough to put something down. But it's Phil, so he's mismanaged everything, and that's the reason why the pigpen is on the chopping block. But that's neither here nor there. Another point that someone had brought up recently in one of their videos, it might have been Theo, I know Tevin also pointed out, is that, and I had said it earlier on, that about Panda paying a business tax, which is neither here nor there, but she may have actually have registered her business, that little soap business, in Washington. She may have. What would have, if that is true and that she did it, why didn't Phil? Why didn't Phil think that, oh, I should probably register this business, DsPgaming, DSP Enterprises, whatever you want to call it, in Washington? Why wouldn't he have thought of doing that? And this will tie into part 2 a little bit of the problem video that I have coming up, because he made mistakes before he even left Connecticut. But that's neither here nor there. let's continue. But anyway, the point is that he needs this. He really needs this cash, even though he doesn't know how much he needs. He doesn't really know what his time frame is. You know what I'm saying? The tax attorney in Washington said he may need it around this time. But please remember, Phil lies a lot, and he exaggerates everything to the extreme. So we have no real clue. So take a lot of this with a grain of salt.
Oh, I'm screwed. No lies, because I need the money right now with this whole tax situation I'm in. I need the money. I need this money to pay this looming tax bill that's coming up. All right.
And therefore, I've got some ideas of what I can do. First of all, my Patreon goal for the month of December is pretty much going to be the best one I've ever done. I get the feeling people are going to come out in droves for this one because they're going to want to see it. All right. In addition to that, coming up, what I may have to do, I'm almost thinking, it would be the first and only time I've ever done this. I may have to do a special, event, a special stream event.
Unbelievable. Listen, I am no moral authority on anything, folks.
Where it's basically like a drive to raise funds so that I can pay this freaking tax bill. And basically not...
Because Brightside Viking and Golden Colts can't pay for everything. Well, I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. We have a man, a roach, a pig roach, a pig man, whatever alteration that you want to go with, who is now resorted to fundraising to get this money. He's trying to make DsPgaming a fundraising foundation, nonprofit. Is this really what it's come down to? Ladies and gentlemen, for a very long time, and I think any person who is a Detractor channel knows what I'm talking about with this. People are like, hey, why do you waste your time with this guy, DSP, Darkside Phil? He's just a shitty Let's Player. Why waste your time on this? Why don't you do something else? He doesn't deserve this attention. Why are you bothering with him? Because normal people don't do this. That's why more and more people sit there and look at DSP shit and are like, the fuck? That's why you're seeing some of the bigger YouTubers or more well-established YouTubers. Shouts out to Doom, by the way. He actually sent me an article on Kiwi Farms to a guy named, is his name ProtoMario? Is it ProtoMario, I think it is? He actually did a small parody of DSP recently. It was actually pretty funny. It's actually pretty funny. And he made a lot of good points in his video, too. If I can, I'll look at Doom's post again, and I'll try to link the video in my description box. But even you have other YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, who have, chimed in. Now, most people will first say that it was, what's the dude's name? Review Tech USA. But Review Tech USA and Phil have a little bit of a history, if you guys know anything about that. That goes back and forth a little bit. But you have other YouTubers who are starting to, bigger YouTubers, who are starting to talk about it. People who are outside of the Detractor circle, so to speak. It's what he does that makes no sense at all. And it makes people wonder, how does a person get to be like this? And yet again, Phil is essentially the gift that rotting, because it's the holiday season. So I wouldn't say rotting. That frozen fruitcake from last year that was re-gifted for somebody is now made its way to you. It kind of just drops into your lap and you just don't know what to do with it. You know not to eat it or enjoy it. But you look at it and you're wondering, why no one tossed this out? Why do people keep re-gifting this and just keep sending it on its way? And that's what allows Phil to do what he does. Because if you're someone who calls Phil out on his bullshit, I used to think that, it's Phil supporters are the ones who are going to be like the people who are going to really be a hindrance to you, or you really have to be up against. But it's really people who don't understand Phil who will shit on you probably even more than his supporters. And the thing is as it's been said on Kiwi Farms, you'll find that DSP supporters, and I've said this before, Almighty Tevin has said this, a lot of people have said this, the people who support Phil hate the detractors more than they love Phil, or even like Phil. There's a lot that goes into this shit. There's a type of meta that goes into this that's on some next level stuff. that I really didn't understand until I started making videos on DSP. So it's an interesting situation all in itself. But back on DSP, the man, the pig, the roach, pig roach, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what do you think about this, Phil? What are you doing? You messed up. You messed up bad. You're known for that. But now we're doing fundraisers now. You're already talking, at least up to currently when I'm recording this, about giving up on YouTube because YouTube is run terribly, and you just said all kinds of silly shit that's going to end up coming back to bite you in the ass. But now we're doing fundraisers. Like, are you serious? Are you going to try to open up a nonprofit? Because if you screw that up, Phil, you will go to jail. I don't care what anybody will tell you, you will go to jail if you mess up a nonprofit. So, what are you doing, Phil? What is this man, pig roach doing? It doesn't make any sense. Let's continue.
I lose my house, because there's a lot coming up. It's going to be, I got to pay this business tax for all of 2017, which I don't know how much.
Tax evasion. That's exactly what it was.
It's going to be, but from what I understand, it's going to be more than $1,000, which I don't have. Then apparently.
But yet you still have the money for those headphones, though. Let's not forget about that, ladies and gentlemen. And he has money to go out with his new girlfriend, allegedly, and, get that holiday liquor. Don't forget that.
I have to, depending on what the determination is with these taxes that I owe, hopefully I get on a payment plan, but if not, what's this lump sum going to be that I owe, right? And then I'm going to have I'm going to have a bill from this tax attorney who I'm not working with to clear all this up with the state. And I don't know what his bill is going to be. It's probably going to be exorbitant, thousands of dollars. And, I may have to do like a special donation drive stream.
Oh my God.
In order to find a way to pay for all this stuff. Okay? I do want to say thank you. The past 3 days, since Thanksgiving, you guys have been incredibly supportive. Every day, you guys have been cheering, subbing, tipping, contributing in a big way on my streams.
Thanks for the money, dummies, because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks. Wow. Shoutouts.
Griffin Box also did another cheer.
Oh, boy.
And asked, what store do you go to for groceries? Do they have a Walmart in your area? Well, they do. I don't go to Walmart for groceries. Like I said, typically I either go to Safeway or Fred Meyer. Those are the two that are my kind of go-to places. Because they're the closest to me, and they're, like I said, they're local source. There is a Walmart. The Walmart is always incredibly busy, no surprise.
People who absolutely need to save as much money as possible, go there, and buy this very low-quality stuff. But I go to either Safeway or Fred Meyer.
Now, this is something that Almighty Tevin pointed out also. Shouts out to Almighty Tevin. But that he pointed out there too. I'm going to roll this back so you guys can hear it again. But you heard how he said, people need to go there and try to save money and whatever and this, that, and the third. But I don't need to. And then he caught himself and let it slide. Now, I don't know what those two stores are. But if they're locally sourced, then I would probably put them on a level of Whole Foods, maybe slightly below that. But certainly he buys more expensive groceries. And he says he's doing it because he's trying to support the like the local scene, essentially. He's trying to put money back into the local economy. At the same time, I think really what it is he thinks he's above Walmart. I mean, he wasn't above Walmart when it came to that Hungry Man meal on Thanksgiving, but he believes that he's above that. So he likes going to these places that have the fresher meats, maybe even fresher fruits and vegetables. Not that he eats fruits or vegetables, and so on and so forth. Even though he posted up him with some blueberries recently or some shit. I guess maybe his new girlfriend or his phantom girlfriend has him drink his smoothies or something. But he thinks he's above Walmart, basically. And he still spends extravagantly, even on his groceries. And yet again, this is the problem. How is it that the IRS is on your ass and you're buying these expensive headsets, you're buying groceries that are certainly above your means to some degree? How much financial problems or from financial troubles are you really in if you can still afford to go to some of these places here? And yes, he gives the excuse that, oh, well, come on, GTG, they're closer to him, so on and so forth, yada, 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 yada. This is a man who said that a 9-to-5 job was going to be easy. The thing that he hated about it the most was the drive there and back, or the commute. What kind of bullshit is that? Yet again, this is why people keep questioning this whole tax situation. Granted, he keeps bringing it up because he's trying to milk as much money as he can out of it. The phantom girlfriend thing is just the icing on the cake, so to speak. But there's something wrong with how he's approaching this situation. And this is why people keep calling him out on his bullshit. Hence the reason why people keep getting banned. DSP News.
There you go. Greed is massively strong.
Seth 189 did a 10-bit cheer. He says, do a stream where you play React videos submitted through donations, easy money.
One more thing before we get into this whole reaction thing. No one's saying that the pig can't eat. Because please believe, ladies and gentlemen, and I promise this to you on on how unprofessional I am. I stand on that, or at least I try to, on how unprofessional I am. This pig will eat. Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. This pig will eat. But if he's in the financial problems that he's really in, do you expect someone even as stupid as him to continue to spend all this money on groceries when he could just go to the Walmart and just get things there? If he's really trying to get himself out of this tax situation, if he's really doing everything that he can, selling his statues, which aren't worth a damn. Some of you have pointed out that his arcade sticks probably aren't worth shit. They're probably broken and whatnot for all those rage quits and stuff that he's been doing. He's not trying to do everything he can. He's just trying to motivate the people around him to do everything they can. And that's the problem. And yet again, since you don't know what's real and what isn't with this man, this pig, you don't know. You just don't know anything. You really don't. And somewhere down the line, I wonder, and this is going to be a very bold statement on my end, I wonder if Phil sits back every night with his little gin and tonic and he actually kind of chuckles to himself that I've got all this suspicion out there, and he's watching Patreon and he's watching his tips and donations, so he's watching PayPal, and he's watching all this money roll in, and he's like, yeah, I'll go ahead, and he has to do a lot of begging throughout the day, but at night, though, is where the money is. I wonder if he sits back every night and he really looks at it and he's like, mission accomplished. I wonder to myself sometimes. I really do. Or at least over the last couple of days I have. Let's continue.
What? You play and react to videos? Oh, so people would donate to send me a video, and I would play the video and react to it. The only way I would do that is if it were my videos, like reacting to my own old stuff. People want me to watch my old stuff and react to it.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
Then I would consider it, but first of all, it is illegal to react to other people's videos. It is. I don't care what anyone says. It's illegal. 100%, there's no law protecting you from watching someone else's content and reacting to it. As long as you're showing their content, it's illegal. Okay? 100%. So...
Well, that's neither here nor there. It's if you're a reaction channel, it's harder and harder for you to do reactions, yes. You have to go through some loopholes. You have to jump through some hoops to make shit happen, which people do. But then again, Phil has reacted to stuff before. So, yet again, Phil, besides the tax evasion that you're doing currently, it's not the first time you've engaged into some illegal activities. And if people are going to pay you to do it, then you should probably consider it. You need the money right now, Phil. You need the money. Do it for old Mick. You need the money. On top of that, and let's be perfectly honest with you here, who wants to see you react to your garbage? I would, actually, let me take this back, because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm looking at the GTG board over there. I would like to see him react to some of his old begging videos, like the desperation. Matter of fact, I would like to see him react to that emergency video when he threw Leanna under the bus. I would like to see him react to that. I'd like to see what it was that broke the camel's back and made that relationship go to shit. I'd like to see him watch that video or react to it, whatever the case may be, and then try to, in his own mind, and to everybody in the crowd, his audience, I should say, I'd like to see him try to justify how he was right to do that. I would want to see that. I really would. If any of you guys mess with DSP on that level and whatnot, and he really decides to do it, recommend that video, and let's see how quickly you get banned. Because he's going to ban you for that. He's not going to react to that video. He said he'll react to his own videos, but no one else's. Maybe. See if he reacts to that. I'd like to see that. Have him react to that. DSP.
So, that being said, I'm not going to be doing that, but I would do it for my own stuff. Like, it's like, let's say, for example, next year, it's my big 10-year anniversary of creating videos and doing gameplay on the internet. So maybe what people could do is, here's, Phil, I want you to react to this video you made, or this, do this, do that, and I watch that video and react to it. Maybe that I would consider doing, but I would never react to someone else's video. It's that simple. Plus, let's face it, it's the lowest common denominator of content on YouTube.
Why am I toxic? Okay? It's literally the lowest common denominator of content you can make. Stop being a moron. Seriously, stop. I'm serious. Stop. Because you're not making anything. All you're doing is watching someone else's work and then doing stupid commentary over it.
It's, it literally is not any kind of, why do you think everyone does it? That's why everyone does it. Because it's easy money. And I don't even understand that. I do not really.
It must not be that easy money because you're not doing it, or at least you're not doing it anymore.
I honestly do not understand the appeal of it. I could give two fucking shits how someone overreacts and does a stupid facial reaction to a fucking trailer playing. It's so dumb.
Then why don't you do it and show them how it's really done then?
It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, yet millions of people love it.
Well, millions of people are dumb. I don't know what else to say.
But millions of people know how to pay their own taxes too. Just saying.
Stupid. I'm not a whiny baby. Why am I toxic? I don't care how anyone reacts to a fucking trailer. If you want to analyze the trailer and give me your thoughts after you've had some time to digest what you saw in a trailer and give me an intelligent kind of understanding or an intelligent presenting of your thoughts, okay, but not, oh my god, what's up, making faces and shit. The fuck out of here. That's for fucking 2-year-olds. Really stupid.
Now this is coming from a man who has to beg for money each and every day to keep his house. This is a man who went 3 years almost without paying business tax in a state when he ran from another state to avoid paying taxes. He engaged in basically tax evasion and didn't really know it and didn't pay taxes for 3 years. So now he's on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube and Twitch begging for money every chance he gets because he's so scared. But yet he has the nerve to turn around and tell people they're stupid, they're immature, that's easy money, that doesn't require any talent. And he wonders why he's hated. You're not... Ugh. Let's continue.
Wow, that was an amazing once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'll never do that again. You act like an idiot, you're going to be treated like one. And then I got 2 temperatures from why am I toxic? Why am I toxic?
Amazing.
One of them, the stupidest suggestion I've ever heard, react to low-tier God. What? This
low-tier God would eat that ass. You don't want... He don't want no parts of low-tier God. He really don't.
Shocks me. That's insanity. Lol. Unbelievable.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who comes to my streams and references low tier God is an idiot. I'm sorry, you are. I have nothing to do with low tier God.
You know what's funny is LTG has said the exact same thing also. He doesn't like when people go to his streams, even though he's not on Twitch, he's on YouTube, and refers to Phil or DSP at all either. He does not like that. Actually, he will ban you unless Phil name drops him for some type of reason, which Phil doesn't do, or Phil has been pretty good at avoiding it up to at least this moment. Unless it's a name drop of some type, Low Tier God does not like being does not like Phil being referenced or referred to or name dropped on his streams. He damn sure doesn't like being compared to him. Because I remember when Low Tier God used to be on Twitch before he got banned permanently. He used to jump down people's throats for being like, "Yo, man, why are you acting like DSP right now?" No. Yeah, he does not like that. Neither one of them do. So they are similar. They have similar tendencies at times, but they're certainly two different people.
Nothing like Low Tier God. He does his own thing. I do my own thing. And if you're making the comparison, you're stupid. All right. First of all,
he may have more respect in the FGC than you do. You gotta give Low Tier God at least that much.
I was here before him. All right. I do much different content. I'm a variety streamer.
So is he. He doesn't just play fighting games. He does other stuff too. He's expanded as well.
This kind of shit needs to come out. This kind of shit needs to be exposed for what it is. I always have been. I haven't been in the competitive fighting game community since he's been a part of it. So there's literally no connection. So don't be stupid. Don't be a drone. Don't be a moron. I have no...
That's funny, using some of the same words that Low Tier God uses.
Fucking self-control. Literally dumb. Keep your own stupid shit to yourself or over on his streams, and let me do my stuff. Separate the two. Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess.
Nope.
Being that right now I am in the financial pickle that I'm in.
All right, one more thing about the whole LTG DSP thing. The thing is about LTG, in my own opinion, of course, is one, I actually hope he gets back on Twitter. Or not, well, he got banned off Twitter for a little bit, but I think he's back up there now. Or was it Facebook? One of the two. He's always getting banned off something. Jesus Christ. But I heard he's been chilling out lately. I hope that LTG makes it back on Twitch, to be perfectly honest with you. Because he, as you know, he got permabanned. Oh man, how long ago was that? Was that like over a year ago? Was it almost 2 years ago? Something like that. It's been a while. And to be honest with you, I actually hope he gets back on Twitch, to be honest with you, because he's grown his fan base for the most part, and there's people who want to see him. And despite Low Tier God's bullshit, and trust me, he does some silly shit. I would still definitely watch him over Phil, for sure. I definitely would watch him over Phil. He certainly has more to him than Phil does, at least from an entertainment standpoint. He doesn't have nearly as much bullshit to him as Phil does, and all that shit on LTG has been exposed anyway. It's all out there. Like, trust me, if you really want to look and find out about his Low Tier God's past, you can find it. It isn't hard to find. It's you got to wade through the bullshit with Phil. LTG shit is right there. People have already dedicated to doing that shit and putting stuff out there on him. Actually, check out what's this YouTuber's name? He's done some Phil videos too. Full Bender, I think his name is. He actually has done a couple of videos on Low Tier God that are pretty good if you want to go and check those out. But there you go. But more importantly, Low Tier God, he carries himself a little bit better in the fact that he presents himself better. You know what I'm saying? Like when Phil gets on streams, he's a slob. When he gets on some of his videos, he's a slob. Low Tier God, he presents himself a little bit better. I think he always has. I just think that he gets super aggressive over really small shit that he shouldn't be getting upset about. He's gotten better at it, at least from what I've heard as of late, whereas Phil is just in a constant decline. And you could say that, oh, well, doesn't he still do the $20 for the camera and the mic thing? Maybe he might. I wouldn't expect to see him stop doing that. But it's not like what Phil does. If you're someone who watches Low Tier God, you have to admit he's nowhere near what Phil does. He doesn't He just doesn't do that. He doesn't carry himself like that. Do they have similar tendencies and shit? Yes. You know, it is what it is. But Low Tier God is nowhere near where Phil is. Not at all. So there you go. As it pertains to that. That's my thoughts on the Low Tier God DSP comparison. Oh boy.
And I definitely need to get out of it if I want to keep this house, which it seems a lot of people, let me tell you, are very, very interested in keeping me here and having...
And that and Low Tier God isn't fucking running around here saying he's broke. I've never heard him say that. Phil has no problem with telling people he's broke, which is shameful, to be honest with you. That's not something you should be telling people.
Me do my daily thing and not have my life thrown apart by some bullshit that I had nothing to do with and could not control whatsoever. Someone basically not doing their fucking job that I was paying to do their job.
Wow.
People have come out overwhelmingly over the past few days to support me on stream.
Cheering, subbing, tipping, it's been insane. Every day, it's been ginormous. I love it when I see the stupidity. Some people are just fucking idiots. What else can I say?
Yep.
You gotta be an idiot. I don't understand what they were thinking.
What you guys have been contributing is already going to help with this coming up. What I'm thinking of doing
But he wants more, ladies and gentlemen. He wants more.
is a special event in January. Maybe a marathon stream, maybe a series of streams, I'm not sure. That's basically going to be a fundraiser. It's going to be like the Keep Phil in His House fundraiser, or whatever. We'll think of a name of it. Where 2-3 days in January, what I'll do is I will...
This is after your vacation with your phantom girlfriend, right? Okay, just want to make sure.
play a game that people really want to see me play, and it's going to basically be a draw.
And see, ladies and gentlemen, remember that money I told you about that he's been making up till this point? That's where it's going to go. It's going to go to buying nice meals, probably a nice staycation at a nice hotel. You know, just like what he used to do with Panda, you know, back in the day, which wasn't too long ago. That's where all that money's going to go. So it's possible Phil's asking for that new money. You know what I'm saying? He wants that new fundraiser money. Now, everything you guys gave me, all those tips and all that stuff, no. That don't count. I'm using that for me and my girlfriend. No, that's where that's going. Now I need that fundraiser. I need that fundraiser money to save my house. That's why I'm in full begging mode. I need that fundraiser money. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to save my house. Everything before that's sympathy money. That's congratulations for your new girlfriend money. That's for us to go out and have a good time with money. I just want to clarify that for you guys. DSP News.
I'll have like a goal set so that as people contribute, the goal will go up and up. There's actually an ability on Muxie. They call it a tip cup, but this is different. We'll call it something different.
And it'll have like a goal level, and as people pledge, it'll go, and I'm not a children's entertainer.
So that maybe I can raise the money to pay all this shit and not worry about losing my goddamn house. All right? Because I'll be honest, at this point, I'm on my wit's end. There's nothing else I can do.
Now, someone in my comment section, either yesterday or today, actually brought it up. How many people do you know can convince their fan base to help him with tax evasion? He or she with tax evasion. Phil's on some next level shit, ladies and gentlemen. He has some interesting tech.
That's your fault. You created that business model. You created a flawed business model, and now you're saying there's nothing you could do about it? Mm-hmm. No, it's your business.
I can't even think of anything else to do that could possibly get me out of the situation because I'm...
Oh, that's true, Phil, because you don't want to get a job. You've already tapped your parents out. You have no friends. You have business loans. You brought that up before. Almighty Tevin brought that up. He said he heard it somewhere in like a Sons of Kojima video. I actually was able to comb through a few of those videos, and they did reference it a couple times, which means that you actually referenced it a couple times. Credit cards are maxed out. You don't want to sell nothing. You said you're willing to, but you won't. Phil's at the end of his ropes, ladies and gentlemen. And here's the thing, which we'll go back into, like I said, an upcoming video. How is it that you were able to get business loans if you don't have a business? Huh? And you said that they were business loans too. I'm so confused.
At the end of everything that I could possibly do. Even if I were to go try selling shit out of my house, there wouldn't be enough time to sell all this shit in time for when apparently all this money is going to be due.
Which means he doesn't want to sell it, because if you guys have been keeping up, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry, I'll catch you up. That's my job. Phil wants that, he needs this house because it's going to be a nice, comfortable little nest for him and his girlfriend and whatnot. So he can't really afford to sell anything in it. And that chair that Panda used to sit in, Yeah, it's already conditioned for somebody else now, for his new girlfriend. So he can't afford to sell anything, ladies and gentlemen, at all. Phil is at the end of his ropes, and he has to keep his house for his future with him and his girlfriend. So he can't afford to sell anything. So you have to give him this money. He needs this money, ladies and gentlemen, for his future. The future that he failed to plan for. You guys have to pay for it. Think of Phil and think of his happiness. Fuck out of here.
So,
inside of people, there is this desire to just control, take. You know what I mean? Fuck everyone else.
Yeah, Phil.
that may be coming up probably late December, early January. I think probably more towards early January, being that big lump sum payment's going to be due at the end of January. That maybe I can raise that money and pay it and not have to worry about it, and then we'll see what happens going from there. Honestly, another thing I'm really worried about is the legal fees from this tax attorney, because he's probably going to charge me a ridiculous amount of money. I think he alone's going to charge me thousands of dollars.
As he should. You should be taxed for your ignorance. You really should. You really should. I'm not saying that if you make a stupid move that, you know, you should be penalized for it, and a lot of people don't believe in doing that. That's why a lot of people will overlook certain shit. But not you, Phil. You purposely tried to break the law, and you got caught anyway on some other shit. You should essentially be drained dry. Fuck you. Fuck your house. To be honest with you. Because you must forget, Phil, you have another house back home with your parents. You know what I'm saying? And then you have a condo in that same state. But yet you're fighting for that little house in Seattle that really don't mean shit. It's too big for you anyway. And by you bringing in another girlfriend, aka another maid, aka another daughter, depending on what her age is. I mean, for you bringing that person in for what? The house is still too goddamn big for both of you. You don't need all that. But you need that house though, don't you, Phil? Because it is your crowning achievement. It's the only thing that you have to prove that you did something. And that's why you're willing to beg day in, day out for it. And that in itself is a shame. And that in itself is the reason why that house is a weakness. It's the reason why you should get rid of that house. Because it's not really worth anything to you. Because you don't own the house, Phil. The house owns you. DSP News.
To get this thing settled. So, it is what it is, folks.
I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot.
Mm-hmm.
Phil's fat.
Mm-hmm.
Phil's a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Phil's a beggar.
Yep.
I have a micro penis.
I don't know nothing about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was the greatness of Snort Burnell. The link to his video will be in my description, as usual. And we're going to get into some GTG radio. I have a couple of selected hits for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. And we're going to run that for a little while, so you guys have a little bit of time to kind of put things together. And, yeah, I'll try to come back at the end for a final thought. So, I hope you guys enjoy.
I wonder if you know that I know he's lying right now. Oh, you got the new Margellas? That's what's up, that's what's up, I see you. That's your BMW? That's nice. That's your girl? Golly. Okay, I see you. But I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Every time you tell me something, I figure that you're lying. Ooh, it's almost like you faking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know you're lying, but you sound excited, and you know that I know that you're lying. Oh, girl, I'ma keep on lying to you, yeah, until you think it's the truth. Yeah. Now, girl, I know you fibbing. Ooh, you know you can't help it. You know what I wanna know. Why the always lying. You know I got you. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. And it's false lying so much. You making it hard for me. Yeah. I love when you're lying like that. So I'ma keep lying like that. Oh my God. I love when you're lying like that. So I'ma keep lying like that. Whether you why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You're lying so much, you know. You making it hard for me. Just a little bit. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. You making it hard for me. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. Always lying to me. You lying so much. I know it's not making it hard for me. We gonna ride it on this one real slow. Just keep on lying. Damn. Peace.
Just run me through, hold 'em. Think again, don't you know what you're stuffing? But you sure we got the clue how the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was GTG Radio. Hope you guys enjoy. As my closing thoughts, I mean, it is what it is. He's literally doing everything without doing anything to get what he needs to try to save that house. And that's even if it's really that serious. As for the Phantom Girlfriend, or is she real, whatever the case may be, we'll report on that soon. Actually, within another day or so. You'll get something from me on that. There's been some new developments, so to speak. They could be fake. They could be not. As long as I hope you think it's entertaining, I want to do a little bit more. I want to delve into that a little bit more before I actually finish that off, because it kind of crosses the line to a degree. We'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. As for the fundraising situation, though, as long as his fans are willing to pay him for it, he's just going to keep doing it. So it doesn't really matter either way. What are your thoughts, though? I mean, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about the situation? That's really what matters at this point. You guys have heard mine. Ladies and gentlemen, that was silly. That's really what it was. It was so silly. Because, yet again, if you love that house so much and you're so desperate to keep it, why are you going on vacation? I don't care if you put time, you had already sectioned off time for it. That shouldn't really matter as I get notifications. That shouldn't matter. You need to save the house. You can tell the girlfriend that, hey, we need to put this on the back burner until I can get my shit together. But for all we know, he's lying to her too. So it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this was DSP News. Ladies and gentlemen, I am GTG. And this is always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG network and productions. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the world is an extremely scary place out there and lazy as hell, given certain circumstances. Just be careful. That's all I can tell you. Is just be careful. This is GTG signing off. End of broadcast.